Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DK. Back at you with another video here to break down the 4-game NFL slate this weekend. Yes, we got 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Really excited that Draftkings made this a 4-game slate, and this is where the big contests are for the 4-game slate. But if you guys are new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. Guys, I want to thank you again for the continued support. Closing in right now at 8,000 subscribers. If you do enjoy this content, if you could leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos, you know when I go live. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. If you guys cannot watch these videos, I do upload an Apple podcast. I have a link down below. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, I now offer that on patreon.com. If you sign up for the NBA package, you get NFL for free. And then finally, I want to thank Prize Picks again for sponsoring the show. Again, if you guys are not familiar with what Prize Picks is, sorry, I can't talk. It's a site where you're betting on fantasy projections, right? Over, under. So like Aaron Rodgers is projected for 22 fantasy points. Do you like the under? Do you like the over there? You can mix and match sports. You can play a couple from NBA, mix with a couple of NFL. You can play esports. You can play golf. They have everything. So if you guys want to sign up, you can use the code DKDFS. That's DKDFS, all one word. Link down below. You get 100% match up to $100. So you put $100 in, you get $200 to play with. But with that all out of the way, let's jump in the video. So, like I said, I'm really excited that DraftKings did make this a 4-game slate. Let's take a look at the Vegas odds here. So we have Rams, we have Packers. It's a 45.5 over under. The Packers are 6.5 point favorites. Ravens and Bills, a 49.5 over under. The Bills are 2.5 point favorites. Browns and Chiefs, a 57 over under. The Chiefs are 10 point favorites. And Bucks and Saints, a 52 over under. The Saints are 3 point favorites. So we'll start at quarterback. And obviously you got to like Patrick Mahomes here at 8K. I think he is clearly the safest quarterback on the slate. This is the highest over under the slate. Cleveland missing a bunch of pieces on the defensive end. So this Chiefs offense should be able to move the ball with ease. Obviously, they have a ton of upside with the guys like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. So love Patrick Mahomes. It's just a matter of, are you confident with enough of the value plays? But I think he has insane upside there, even at 8K. Don't mind Lamar Jackson. I think he's an interesting pivot off of Mahomes. I think Mahomes will be more popular. I do like the spot here for Buffalo. Again, this game should be decently high scoring as well. It's a 40, almost 50 over under. You know, the reason why obviously we're targeting Lamar is because of this, right? The rushing upside. That's why we're looking for him. He had over 100 yards last game. You know, throwing the ball, he's just been a little bit up and down. But I think Lamar Jackson is firmly in play here. A nice pivot off of Mahomes. I do like them both at the top. Don't mind Josh Allen at 7-4. I like the matchup better for Mahomes. But Josh Allen has really put up some big games. He also has some rushing upside too. So I think personally this is a slate where you spend up on quarterback. I don't know if it's worth it to spend down. We'll go over some value plays. But yeah, I like the top 3 guys a lot. Probably not going to get to Aaron Rodgers against the Rams. Tom Brady in the mid-range at 6'3" is fine. Yeah, Bree's fine. I'm probably not going to prioritize either of them. If I'm going to punt the quarterback position, I think it would be with Baker. And this would just be a pretty contrarian approach. The reason why is the Browns should be trailing in this game. This is the highest over-under. They're probably going to have to air it out more here. So I think Baker is an okay punt play. Again, if you want to get different, I think he's someone you could look to on the value-wise. But that's really it for me for quarterback. Really, I'm looking to those top 3 guys, and I'm probably going to try to get one of those guys in my lineup. Moving on to running back. So Kamara at 7'9", I think looks like a really, really safe option. Had 23 carries last game. Again, he's very much involved in the passing game. Didn't have to be a ton last game because they're playing from ahead. This game should be closer. You know, they could be playing from behind. You honestly want the Saints to be playing from behind for Kamara just because of that PPR upside. So I do like Kamara. I think he's one of the probably the safest running back play on the board because he's game flow independent. Doesn't matter if they're playing from ahead or behind. He's fully involved in this offense. So I do like Kamara a good amount there. Aaron Jones, probably stay away from me at 6'8". Probably going to stay away from Chubb as well. Not super interested in Dobbins. Cam Akers at 5'7", I think stands out. Had 28 carries for over 100 yards last game. Is involved in the passing game. I like the matchup here. Jared Goff is playing too, so that's a boost to Cam Akers. I think he's one of the best running back plays at the slate. He'll probably be popular, but really do like Cam Akers there at that price. Edward Solaire, we have to keep an eye on this. He's currently questionable. Did not practice Thursday. If he plays, I think he makes for a good play in the mid-range. If he's out, we could look to Le'Veon Bell at 5'1". So that's just a situation we'll have to monitor. Ronald Jones tilted a ton of people by being active and then not playing. We'll see. He was limited Thursday. Got to keep an eye on it. If he plays, probably not going to get to him. If he's out, then we could look to Leonard Fournette, who played a majority of the game, was involved in the pass game. He would be a good value play if Ronald Jones is out. Kareem Hunt, I think, makes for an interesting GPP play. He's more their passing down running back. This is a game they should be playing from behind, so I think you could go to him for GPPs. And then, no Zach Moss. I think Devin Singletary is an okay value play as well at 4-5. He should play a majority of the game. He is involved in the pass game. Don't love the matchup for him. But again, there's basically no competition for touches now. It was a 50-50 split with those two. Now it's all Singletary's backfield, so I think he makes for a pretty decent value play there at that price. And that's it for me for running back. So let's move on to wide receiver. Wide receiver, you got to make some tough calls at the top. We have Devontae, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Michael Thomas, all look pretty good. Like the matchups for Devontae is not great, but it's Devontae Adams, right? Basically matchup proof. So he's firmly in play for GPPs. Like the matchup better for Tyreek Hill here. He has a ton of upside. He's one of my favorite GPP plays if you can get him in there, right? Obviously he's expensive. Mahomes is expensive. Travis Kelce is expensive, but gotta like that stack. I know it's not a contrarian take at all. Stephon Diggs is 7.3K. I don't love the matchup for him, but he's been really consistent. They're clear number one wide receiver, obviously, getting like double-digit targets a game. I think he is very much viable at that price. And then Michael Thomas at 6.7. I like the price. Again, they didn't have to utilize him a ton because they're playing from ahead. This game, they could be playing from behind, so I do like the price a good amount of Michael Thomas. I think that is underpriced for a guy at his talent level. So, really do like Mike Thomas there. The Tampa Bay wide receivers, I think, all look pretty solid. Tampa Bay is definitely a pass-first team. So Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, all viable here in the mid-range. Mike Evans has been banged up, basically this whole season, so that's obviously somewhat of a risk. Chris Godwin at 6'1" is a little bit banged up as well, but they expect him to play. I think all the Tampa Bay receivers are viable here in the mid-range. I think they're all pretty safe. All do have some upside, so all three firmly in play. Now with Woods and Kupp, they're a lot more viable with Jared Goff playing. I probably prefer Kupp, but it's close. Had 4 catches and 9 targets last game. This is a game they could be playing from behind. If they are, that's better for a guy like Cooper Kupp. So at 5.3K, I think he makes for a really nice play in the mid-range. Probably not get to Hollywood Brown. I mean, you can take a shot on him in GPPs. Don't love Cole Beasley either. Sammy Watkins is currently questionable. If he is out, if he can't play, McCole Hardman becomes a really solid value play. We could also look to DeMarcus Robinson as well. So those two could become potential pretty solid value plays if Sammy Watkins is out. John Brown burned everyone, including myself, last weekend. You could go back there for low ownership. Again, DeMarcus Robinson, McCole Hardman. We'll have to keep an eye on Sammy Watkins' status. I like Rashad Higgins at 4-1. Again, this is the game they should be playing from behind. He is the number 2 receiver. He should play majority of the game. I think he is firmly in play for value. I do like him a decent amount. Scrolling down a little bit more to like some punt plays. Let's see. Is there anyone else I want to mention here? I'll mention Donovan Peoples-Jones because he's at the flat min. He's the number 3 wide receiver. Again, this is a game they should be playing from behind. So I think you could, if you really needed someone at min price, he would probably be the guy I would look to. But that's it for wide receiver. Let's move on to tight end. So tight end, clearly it's Travis Kelce, right? 7-8. He is the clear play if you can afford him. Just very, very safe with a ton of upside in the highs over under. So there's not a lot of bad things to say of Travis Kelce, right? He is probably the guy I'll go to just because tight end is a weaker position. He just has a ton of upside. But you could fade him in GPPs. He's going to be popular. Don't hate Mark Andrews. Had a subpar performance last game, but he is the receiver I feel I have the most confidence in for Baltimore. Tunyon at 4.2, probably don't go there. The other tight end I do like here is Austin Hooper at 3.8. Just because this is a game, again, the Browns are going to have to score a ton of points. They should be playing from behind. He's had 15, 11 targets in 2 last 4 games. He is their best receiving tight end. I think he'll be out the majority of the game. I do like Austin Hooper a good amount there for value. I think you could run the both together if you want to, that being Hooper and Travis Kelce to kind of differentiate yourself. The other tight ends, you can play Gronk. I mean, you can play, you can punt with one of these guys, but I don't love it. I think it's Kelce or Austin Hooper for me. And then defense is just a high variance position. So I don't have a super strong take here. I think just go with what works for your lineup. Rams D at 2.6. I don't mind that, even though Green Bay obviously has a good offense. The Rams are really, really good in the defensive side of the ball. Maybe the Bucs or the Saints. It's just I don't have a strong take here. So I think just go with what works for defense and kind of go from there since it's such a high variance position. But that's going to do it for the video today, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos you don't go live. Again, won't be live streaming for the NFL, Slate got NBA in full swing. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks again. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all later.